Good morning and welcome. It's June 29th and it's a Sunday, bright and early. It's 8 a.m. in the morning, or approximately there of 8. Anyway, it's a warm welcome. Here I am again, twice a day. You've now found Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. Yes, you heard me right. Fight CPS. CPS is what I call the child protection system. It's found in every county in every state in the United States. It's also found around the world. And I have 23 countries. This is a worldwide live stream who have had CPS cases that affected them. Now, CPS is pretty much different in every county and every state. There's some are bad and some of them gone rogue. What I mean by that is that for whatever reason, and I think it's primarily all because of money, because that's what it's all about. It's $1 trillion business. Government decided in 1962, the Congress, they passed a law that our children should be protected from neglect and abuse. We already had the protection of cruelty to animals already in place long before we worried about our children. Seemed like our children over the years, over 400 years, was taken back. I mean, it's a commodity. I mean, the children are used to work as young as 5 in the mines, coal mines, and work long hours in terrible conditions. Anyway, I'm here to help you. I'm a loving father and a husband. I'm not an attorney, but I've been fighting CPS for 15 years. And I've developed 5 rules that would have helped me never gone through what I went through. Yes, I'm a victim of CPS, as you all. I had a bad case of CPS. CPS was bad to me, to my family, to my children. Now I've helped raise 6 children. I have 6 children and my family of 8 was always a loving family. Then CPS came along and destroyed it. Excuse me. Boy. But I come on here twice a day, every every week. That's 14 live streams a week. Every month, every year. 21 months I've been doing this since October 2023. I've talked to over 2,000 people, close to 2,500 people that I've talked to here on this live stream. People from all walks of life. One thing we all have in common is income. We're low income. It's not a crime, but for whatever reason, we've not struck it rich. We may be rich in a lot of ways. We're rich because, oh, a lot of things I'm rich about. I'm very thankful to get to know you guys and how to help you. And good morning, Megan Wilson. It's so good to see you, Megan Wilson. Megan Wilson is from Wilmington, Delaware. She's a mother in her 40s. She once was in foster care herself. They kept her all drugged up and drugged. In fact, they still, as an adult, they keep her drugged up. I have no idea why, after the age of 18, that CPS is still involved, but she started having children herself, and they have been attacking her family. Anyway, she had met on the show Christina Reynoso. Christina Reynoso is from Las Vegas, Nevada. wonderful mother that's been abused physically. Anyway, she offered to help Megan Wilson, to help her write a complaint, a grievance, to help her get out of the mess that she's in. CPS has taken advantage of her mainly because of the drugs that they kept her going. Now, I know that she has improved there, and I'm so glad to see you, Megan. It must be really hard for you because I know that it goes in cycles with all of you. You come and go, and your hopes are up and hopes are down, and I'm just glad that you're here. Now, she's a regular. There's a lot of you that are regular here in this room. And I'm here to help you any way I can. Yes, God helps people meet other people in life. There's a reason for people a lot of times. Real good reason. Just like you met me, Megan. I know it's hard, Megan, to go through life all the time, especially when family and friends turn on you. It's hard to fight CPS. No one cares. Well, I care. I'm here. I'm here to help you with my 5 rules I've come up with, to help you with your case, to help you see there's light, there's a possibility. There's a possibility. Anyway, it's hard. It's hard, and I'm glad. I go through life too. I mean, yesterday I was hopes of getting my car. I had finally had taken in the brakes. It needed brakes for a couple of years. It's an expensive thing to do brakes now these days. I used to do it the old-fashioned way. I used to do it myself, but now I have to pay a mechanic, and I have a good mechanic, but they're $180 an hour in labor. That's expensive, $180 an hour in labor. It is hard. It is hard. But I had worked hard at a little Bangladesh job. The only trouble is I'm paid, you know, when my employer wants to pay me. It's sad because I work and work and work and I work my little fingers off. And I put my heart and soul into my job, and then when I ask to get paid so I can get my car, no response, nothing, nothing. And the money gets higher and higher and higher. Uh, if I got paid once a week, it'd be great. And if I got paid, when I work, that'd be great. But anyway, I'm not here to really talk about me. Um, I'm here to help out a lot of you out there with your CPS case. All you have to do is ask me a question or make a comment. Now, to do so, all you do is you text a message, either a question or a comment about CPS. Please state your first name, your city or county, your state and country. Also, please tell me about your CPS case from the beginning to where you're at. Now, these 22 countries, and with the US, it's 23 countries. I've talked to people from Indonesia, from Bangladesh, to India, to the Middle East, to Saudi Arabia, to Libya, to Africa, to Liberia, to Sudan, to the Republic of Congo, to Rwanda, to Mozambique, to the country of South Africa and its several provinces. Then up to Europe, the United Kingdom, England, Scotland, and Wales, and Denmark and Sweden. Then over the pond to Canada, to its provinces, then into the United States and all 50 states I've heard from, including Washington, D.C. Then south of the border, I've talked to Mexico. Then in South America, north of Brazil, the East Coast, Grenada. Then across the Pacific, South Pacific, New Zealand, and then down to Australia, land down under. And it's states. It's Australia has several states too. Anyway, I'm really happy that you're here and I want to help you. I want to help you. And besides text me a message, you can also be a guest on my live stream. Now, to be a guest, it's simply just write Grace at vincentwdavis.com. She's my show producer, and she'll help you get on my show. Now, I broadcast on the application called StreamYard. It's the software I use, StreamYard. Now, StreamYard uses YouTube, and I've been doing this very regularly. I do this twice a day, 7 days a week. I'm on 7 o'clock at night every night of the week. And then I'm on in the morning, on the weekends at 8 a.m., and on the weekdays at 10 a.m. And I haven't missed a show yet. I've changed my times because of family commitments, but I try to do my best I can. Even when I have difficulties, I try to continue on. I remember the other day we had a technical situation. And just like you, I'm struggling. I'm struggling about CPS. I'm struggling about life. It's very, 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 very hard. It gets harder as you get older. Now, I've helped raise 6 children. I have 3 young children and 3 older children. I also have 42 years of marriage experience. A lot of life skills, about 60 years of life skills. Unfortunately, in 2010, that's when I got involved in CPS. It started off slow. It started off with a layman reporter. You see, there's mandated reporters and layman reporters. These are individuals that report neglect or abuse. It's horrible that sometimes these entities take advantage of your economic situation. One of the first things you need to do is hire an attorney. You need someone trained in the areas of juvenile law, family law, and dependency law. I have an attorney that I work for. His name is Vincent W. Davis. He's the creator of the show. He likes helping others. He's been doing fighting CPS himself for 39 years. 39 years he's been fighting CPS. And he's gotten back thousands of children. He's a pit bull of attorney. He's a trial attorney. And he wants to help you. He really does. He cares about you. Now, to be on this live stream, she'll send you a link. All you do is say, I want Bob's Sunday morning show or Bob's Saturday night show or whatever. Uh, uh, okay. We're getting close to the 4th of July. We have a lot to be thankful for. We have a very strong country. In fact, I think we have the strongest country in the world. But we do have its problems. All countries are faced with problems. It's very hard out there in this world. And one of the areas that's so important to us is our children, our families. We all dream of a family, of a forever home. Excuse me. A white picket fence, a yard to enjoy, and children around to make life important. We love our children, and that's why we're here. We're here because we want to find out how we can make it better. Megan asked a question. Why are you staying at the job if they're not paying you? I stay because of you, Megan. I feel there's no one right now that's helping the children as much as I am. Where I try to come on twice a day, 7 days a week. I don't know of any live stream that's that often, that regular. There are people that do live stream like myself. There's KK Richardson out of Brooklyn, New York. She does a show Monday, but I haven't heard from her in a bit. There's another woman on Wednesday that does a show. Vincent does a show, but no one does it on a regular basis. I'm here every day, twice a day, and I offer you to get on the show by emailing my producer, Grace at vincentwdavis.com, with the day and the time of show. I want to be on Bob's Sunday show, Sunday morning show, our Friday night show, or Wednesday morning show. That's all you have to say. So you send the link, you copy and paste it into your browser, and you're on. You're on. They eventually do pay me, Megan. It's hard because I used to have a beautiful job. I've had lots of good jobs that paid me. The problem is when you get my age in this life, they think you're a dinosaur and you can't work. All I have to do is look at the politician Bernie Sanders. He's 88 years old, Bernie Sanders is. Older than President Biden, older than President Trump. If Trump can be 79 years old and work as president of the United States, which I feel is one of the hardest jobs in the world, not only is he president of the United States, he's also an advocate of rights around the world. The people of Israel want Trump to help bring back their hostages. The people of a lot of countries want help from Trump. When he was elected, one of his campaign promises, he said he'd rid of the open borders we had for 4 years, where we had millions upon millions of people from around the world come in, and they weren't vetted, they weren't on a road to getting to become a U.S. citizen. And we've had a lot of people, innocent people, killed. The runner in Georgia at a small college and nursing school was attacked by a man from South America that killed her. I know it's hard right now because children are caught up in the midst of it. Our children are caught up in the midst of it because the cartels, the drug cartels, bring the children into the United States as shields. Children are born here. When you're born here, you're considered a citizen of the United States. But there are cases that I don't understand. A child's born in Germany on a military base. He's an American citizen, but he's being deported. Yes, it is really hard what's going on with our children and families being deported. It's a hard decision. And your children right now are being abused by an agency that is supposed to help through family reunification. through social services. The child protection system, and then there's so many different names. I just, in North Carolina, I found out there are 100 counties in North Carolina. Now, of those 100 counties, each of them have a child protection system, but the names are different. Department of Children and Family Services, Department of Children's Services, Child Protection Services, the Cabinet. These are names all over the thousands upon thousands of counties that we have. So I call it CPS. That's what I call it, the Child Protection System. Anyway, I I care. I've always helped out people. Megan, you asked me why I do what I do. I've done over 50 years of volunteering my time with the American Red Cross. I've been on its board of directors. I've worked in the areas of disaster and water safety and small craft safety and first aid. I've been an instructor trainer, an instructor. I've worked as an ocean lifeguard, saving people's lives on the West Coast and the East Coast. I've always been a water person. And so I have my love of the sea. My dad got me that, thanks to him. He's a proud veteran. He served in World War II, in Korea, and Vietnam. I miss my dad, as we all miss our dad. He was a great man. He had his problems in his life, his demons, but I helped him face his demons. He raised me with respect and honor, military man. It was always yes, sir. And it was a military lifestyle. At 18 in the 60s, I was going through a lot of changes. I thought it's time for me to move out and be on my own. And I've been on my own since age 18. That's a long time. I always took care of myself. I never owed any debts. I had good credit. And my jobs, they were fun jobs. I was enjoying life, socializing, surfing, traveling. For 25 years, I lived out of a bag, and I'd be in some exotic places, like in Tararua in Fiji, or Taipu in Tahiti, or the Margaret River on the west coast of Australia, the Gold Coast, or down in Melbourne, Bells Beach, or Durban, South Africa, St. Francis, all these different places. I lived the endless summer. It was important to me to follow those waves. It was great. I was an organizer and administrator in the world of surfing. I also was a competitor. I played high school football and I loved it. I played college football and rugby and soccer and baseball. I was always good enough in sports. I should have sticked with one sport. If I do it all over again, I should stick with one. I've watched people, when I met as children at 12 years of age, become a superstar. And watching a guy who's 53 years old still competing in surfing, the number one surfer of all time, the GOAT. I think I've helped out a lot of people, influenced a lot of people. It's been really hard, because people are starting to die close to my age and people that you grew up. Like today is a special day. A guy 82 years old, Mike Henson, passed away, and he's having his paddle out down there. Last week it was Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. There's a lots of events. That was in my hometown, Surf City, USA. Oh boy, just was sent some pictures. Uh, I'm starting to digress a little bit. I need you guys to do the talking. Now, when you do get the link, copy and paste it. If you get knocked off, paste it again. There's simple rules she'll go over with you, like no profanity. We don't use the names of children, social workers, or judges. And there's no eating or smoking on the live stream. Now, the last thing I want to put up here is, well, not the last thing, but another way to interact is to be calling at my phone number. My phone number is 626-698-0990. That's my direct line to my phone. And you can call it. And lately, people have been calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning, at midnight, or whatever. Now, I work on the show and I take calls on the show from those times I gave you. I also do calling to help people that want to hire Mr. Davis from 8 in the morning to 10 o'clock and from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. That's Monday through Friday. That's 20 hours I spend phone calling. And I spend another 14 hours during the whole week of the live stream. That's 34 hours. And the reason why I need to work or have to earn what I can is unfortunately CPS drained all my money. I lost my forever home when it was, you know, bankrupt because I lost my job, my forever job. I had a great job. But unfortunately, through no fault of my own, they had to close it down. That's another tragedy story. But I had to hire an attorney. So I put all my money into my attorney, a lot of money to get my family back. They took away my three children in 2015. They stole my children. They didn't take them, they stole them illegally. I didn't know the laws. I did not know the laws. For 5 years, from 2010 to 2015, I was being reported by a layman reporter that said that my wife and I were terribly taking care of our children, which wasn't true. I did not know it was my in laws, my wife's mother, father, three sisters or brother were calling in once a week from Ohio to California. How horrible we were about our kids, which were not true. I did not know my civil rights or constitutional rights. I allowed them to come in to my home. Yes, I allowed them in my home. I talked to them. I opened up to them. I thought I could trust them, as all of you've done. And my children weren't in danger. They were in school. One was in a private school, one was in a middle school, one was in an elementary school. State art schools. I lived in a home that had CC&Rs. It was a private neighborhood, 1 mile of the beach. It's an expensive home. But when you don't When you lose your job, I did have money. I saved myself 7 years and tried to keep that home. 7 years I tried. But CPS exhausted me. They drained me. They are determined. They're vindictive. They do revenge. I lost my daughter, my youngest of three girls, who at age 12 was encouraged by the social worker to divorce her parents because she thought there was greener things with foster care. The CASA, which so many people think is a great idea, I don't think it's good at all. My older son still sees the CASA. He's 25 years old, and the CASA still wants to see him. Why? They're fishing. CASA is ears for CPS. They lie. In fact, there's a video running right now of my daughter at age 20. I don't know how old she was when she did that, but her and the judge saying how great CASA is. And I'm telling you, you have to be careful of CPS and all its support because it is corrupt. I know for a fact. It's $1 trillion business. There are people that are taken advantage of. I know Megan Wilson has. I know she has. Good morning, Christina Reynosa. Sent a picture of my dad. Oh, you sent me a picture of your dad? I have a picture of my dad. I don't know how they get it onto this computer. I'm on my son's computer. I guess I can take a memory stick or my phone. I don't have time right now, but let me see. Did Christina send me? Good morning, Christina Reynosa. And here, after pushing my car yesterday, hopefully my hands are approved. I worked over 40 minutes to get off those hands. Megan Wilson says they don't do that at all. They avoid that at all costs. If they put you with a family, then you cannot get money from the government anymore. And that's what they took for that when they go after my kids. Megan says in the 10 to 2 weeks my son was in custody from birth, I got 2 visits of visitation, centered weeks after they took them. And then his caseworker thought that I brought him home when we got custody back. I brought him to the house for visitations 2 times, and then he was returned. I don't know what the counselor is that. Uh, Christina Reynosa says, send a picture of your dad. I think she meant Megan Wilson, send a picture of your dad. I've been trying to call in. It says that you're on the phone. No, hold on. Hold on. I guess. Uh, I'm sorry, Megan. Let me get you right now. Hold on. Hold on. I sorry, Megan Wilson. Wow. Uh boy, boy. I'm calling Megan Wilson in Wilmington, Delaware.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Is this Megan? Yeah, Megan, this is Bob Pace with the live stream that you've been talking to. And I'm sorry that you could not get into my phone. I have no idea. It seems lately, see, I have 2 programs on my phone. I have the normal call on my phone, which is through my carrier. And then I have a streaming phone service through the office. And if I don't reboot my phone, it locks to the normal calling and it blocks people that call in on Vonage. Vonage is a streaming application. So I forgot to reboot my phone, just like a computer. But anyway, yeah. Uh, Christina Reynosa says she needs a picture of your dad. Uh, yeah, I don't know which. Oh, okay. Christina Reynosa, Megan has no pictures of her dad. She had a monster of a dad, which is sad because I love my dad. I was very blessed to have my dad. He's gone. And he was not a monster. Yeah, I understand, Megan. I understand. Well, it's good to talk to you again. It's been a while since we talked. Um, and I'm trying to sit here to help people. And you're right. Why do I keep doing this job? I do it because of people like you, Megan. I care about you. I care about Felicia. Felicia is Cruella. Yeah. 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 Oh, it is. Well, I can tell you what it is. It's because yesterday my son at 19 asked me who is my daughter. One of my daughters has been missing since age 3. And she's beautiful. She's my firstborn. She's 36 now. And there's been no effort by her part to get in touch with me. There's been efforts by my part, but I don't know how to get in touch with her. But no, unfortunately, it was how a marriage ended. I did not want my first marriage to end. But my wife was very vengeful, and she said that you'll never see your daughter again, and she's kept her promise. She wanted revenge. I don't still to this day know why she left my marriage. You see, when I marry for life. I marry for better or for worse. I'm in my second marriage, and I have over 32 years the second marriage. I had 10 with the first marriage and 32 with the second. And I have had 3 children with my second wife. She had 2 children, so that's 3 and 2 is 5. My firstborn is 6. So that's why I tell people I have 6 children. I don't want to call them stepchildren or whatever. They're 6 children. And I have, a lot to give here. I'm on this show because I care, but I also am a human being and I do hurt at times. It hurts me yesterday when I show up by taking a bus for 3 hours to pick up my car and I don't have the paycheck to pay it. And the guy tells me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Pace, we can't release your car. And I beg and I beg and I beg and I'm tired of begging for jobs that I create and I do Bangladesh wages for. I work so hard. I care. And I know that I do good to all of you that are listening out there. Not only you, there's Betty Joe, there's Eric from LA. I haven't heard in a long time. There's a guy in the net named Bruce. There's the couple that I was able to help them get an attorney, and they got to keep their daughter. They're being medically accused of neglect of their daughter. In fact, the social worker said they're a doctor and they took out the appendix by mistake. The child protection system in LA County, the social worker forced the family to have appendix removed when it was the gallbladder. This is how bad that CPS gives. I can cite case after case. I've talked about the pink ladies, about ladies that, social workers who decide to get pink t-shirts, not to help out with breast case awareness, but to stencil a message on the front that they're professional child kidnappers. And on the back, they say, parents, do you know where your children are at? That's wrong. They've been fired, but it's wrong. And that's in Prescott, Arizona, that happened in 2022. I got hundreds of cases of corruptness. There's a lady. who's my age, that was murdered in Georgia. She was a state senator and she was against CPS and she fought CPS. Nancy Schaefer is her name. And she's dead. She's dead. And all she did is she cared about children. So, anyway, Chris, well, no, don't look at it you being a target. You're not a target. You fine. In fact, there's a girl named Cassandra from Otsego County in New York. Tony the Tiger, she calls herself on YouTube. Tony the Tiger. She checks in with me every day so that she doesn't get kidnapped and stuff. A lot of people, Felicia comes in here twice a day. I haven't seen her this morning. But anyway, really, uh huh. Yeah, the council meetings have gotten really out of hand. What's happened is that in Huntington, right, right. Well, you got to be careful in Delaware. It's the home of Biden, and it's a Democratic. Yeah, I was going to say it's a Democratic state. Yeah. Well, you already are a target anyway. And speaking of your rights, and you know, we can do peaceful protests. The problem being is that there's a lot of people out there that are paid protesters that are bad. It's sad, but yeah, yeah, it's okay. It's okay because yeah, there was a on my show last night. There was a woman that had her being evicted because they are taking. Yeah, well, not only that, well, they have a house that I guess gets federal support if you have children, and apparently her children were taken by CPS as a temporary thing, and the landlord evicted her even though she had paid rent. They evicted her. I could not believe when I heard that yesterday. Uh, it's there's a lot of issues like that, and Christina Reynosa says Bob said he was sending pictures. I don't know if I was sending pictures. I was probably not reading it right and probably too emotional. I'm emotional. It's hard because I go on the show twice a day and I try to talk, but no one seems to want to talk to me lately. You're the first person to call in. I don't think anybody called it. Well, some people did there. There was a girl from Nevada uh, in Carson City that said she wanted to have help from Christina, but she hasn't texted me. So she was a nice lady. but she had her child at 16, and her child was taken away in foster care. Uh, she's on here. She's listening to you. She's in the text. Yeah, she can hear you because you're live. I put you on the show. So you are live. Uh, Felicia is another person she's helping out, Oxnard, California, who's a mother, and Felicia, had a home that her mother owned, and she was taking care of her mother as a caregiver. That's her job. Felicia used to work as a dancer and other things, so she had a job. Her two children were taken by her biological father, and they refused to give the children back to her. Her mother is divorced from her father because her father's remarried and has another woman there. But anyway, Felicia is fighting to have her two kids returned. But meanwhile, her brother's turned against her and has to try to evict her out of her home. Evict her out of her home that her mother says that she's there. Her mother's missing, by the way, too. There's a lot of these. Yes, they don't know that she's not seen her mother since November. You don't believe there are so many horror stories. Oh yeah, this, but the police, their brother makes up stories. You see, it's sad when family members turn against each other. I had a family. Well, yeah, because if the mom's out there, then she can be evicted because they're trying to say that Felicia's crazy, that she's making up stories. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But there are other people that worry me to death too. This girl from Indiana, I was telling you, is being evicted, and she had paid the rent. And because her kids are in CPS's handlers, she violates the conditions of renting her place because the place is funded, and in order to keep the money coming in, you had to have children. It was a special place that caters to family with children because the landlord gets additional money. It's all about money. It's money. The landlord wants to get fat. He wants to get fat with the money. I mean, it is. It's all about money. It all is. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Right. Right. Oh yeah, I know that. I know that. Let's 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 stick to our CPS issues. And I know that karma is real. And thank you, Christina, for your emoji. I never did understand the squirmy face, but I guess that's you feel the same way I do too. That squirmy face there. Now, Christina made a thing. She says that Faye and Megan have so much in common. I agree with it. Both of them were victims of foster care. They're abused in the foster care system, abused by 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 terrible group of people, and both of them are struggling. When was the last time, Megan, you saw your child? When was the last time? Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Okay.
Takes 11 days, so you CPS, CPS team, then like me doing a the psych evaluation when the psychiatrist did absolutely just seen my patient the 4 days before she went in for delivery, and she was excited. So if anything's wrong with her, it's your hands. You're doing something.
Right,
And
right, right.
she she is my patient. So they couldn't do it. So they 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 were couldn't go to CPS was up there. Was up there. They were like to force him if they were going if he quit his job so he could stay home with me and monitor me with the baby. They tried to use everything like manipulation tactics, and he's like, "Well, how am I supposed to support her and the baby if I'm not working?" You know, and they forced him into daycare. Um, Everything. I guess 17th, 2016. So they've been maybe about 10 to 12 weeks in foster care.
Yeah.
You know, given it's just first they have cases since he's been with me. You know, actually since he's been born, it started. And he was returned. They started, you know, years. And made his life. They reported me, no, me who, but saying they made allegations that they like your mental health. It's always my mental therapy is like so screwed up. I'm sorry. And, you know, what they use to come in and invade my life for 6 to 8 weeks. So they close the case, you know.
Right.
Hey, he, he, like, but they know that I said I was going to take this court. They think they don't believe me. We're talking about insane. The someone's taken, you know, they've been saying it for years, but you know, these would take the case. You know what I mean? So Christina, me out. A great help. You know, obviously to take a day yesterday and took a mental break because we did like 7 days straight working on grievance and everything. So, you know, it's mentally it started to wear on me. I mean, here when I relive my story, it started like everything like flash like the blood area. You know what I mean? Just like she was trying to keep up with me. And it's like, but no, wait, this happened too. You know what I mean? So we have to go back and put it in, you know, and adjust ages because I remember everything. Then, you know, so, you know, it really is draining. when you're trying to live away from it's very language, what she uses, the tool that she uses to actually be able to pull these people, you know. She's so like I understand, what she's going on, but so, so just, I had to take a mental break like yesterday because I started feeling the sleep was getting big. Slept for very well for the whole time we've been working on it, so it was hard. Still not like
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Yeah. 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 Right. 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 No. Yeah. It's yeah. It's okay. It's okay, Megan. We need to focus, and I guess it's good anyway. We had this conversation because my time is up. It's after 9 o'clock. I go from 8 to 9, and I get in trouble if I go past 9. I have my running time of 58 minutes, so apparently my timing has been off this morning. I don't know. I uh, want to say in closing that thank you so much for telling me your story, Megan, and thank you so much, Christina Renoza, for being there for us, for all of us. She has helped me. She's helped her. She's helped a girl named Ali Cruz in Las Vegas. She wanted to help out Horton in Carson City, Nevada. If you're still out there, Horton, you should still send me your name and phone number and things so I can forward it on to Christina. Anyway, I do have to wrap it up. I want to thank uh, not only Megan and Christina from Nevada and Megan from Delaware. I want to also thank, let me see who else we've had on this morning. Uh, well, I think it's only been you two, I guess. I apologize. I thought we had more. But some of you don't say anything. I know you're out there, so thank you all. This is a live stream that I do not because of money, not because it's a job. It's because I love you guys. And I do it because I want to help you. Yeah, I want to help you somehow help you get your children, get your families, give you hope and encouragement. Maybe in a roundabout way, it helps people believe in God too, because you have to have a belief in something. And so I do believe in God. And I'm on the road to heaven. I want to get there. And that right rail of the railroad tracks that I'm on, I'm building it with the ties that connect the two rails. The rail on the left is the circle of life. The rail on the right is the rail to heaven. And by doing good deeds, you know, uh, that is goodness. So as I say, whether it's in organizations that I volunteer in or whatever, I do care. So I'll be here again tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be Monday, beginning of the week. And I have a meeting with social services Monday. That's going to be interesting. I talked to them about 2 weeks ago, and Doge is involved. Doge was actually on the line listening in. The supervisor from Doge was seeing how they were treating me. So Monday, I have a meeting with social services. So we'll see how that goes. As soon as my show's over, I'll head that way by bus. I can't get my car until I get my money. Hopefully, I'll have my money by Tuesday when the shop opens up again. But anyway, I am going to sign off, but I don't want you all to fret because I'm here. I will not quit. I am still coming here twice a day. There have been times that they wanted me to quit. I don't want to quit. I want to keep going. Because if I can help out one person, then that is, be with their children, because our family is the most important thing. It's important to me. It's important to me, and I really do care about my children. I'm still here. I'm a loving father, and I have two of my children here. In fact, one of my child, who's 19, has his friend who was kicked out of his house living here. So right now, my older son, 25, has fiance. I have 6 people in the house now. And I try to feed them. I try to feed them with what little bit I got, and so anyway, I want to keep you fighting for your families. Don't give up hope. Listen to my other shows about my 5 rules that will help you. Remember, you need an attorney, you need documentation. You say no to social workers and the police. You use the internet, and you make copies of important documents and have with you. With that being said, there will be a brief message from my attorney, Vincent W. Davis. Please listen. It's a good message. It's a good message. Also, I'll put up the Doge information. It's some place that you can write to and talk to. All right. God bless y'all. And again, thank you, Megan and Christina Renoza, Megan Wilson and Christina Rosa. So have a beautiful day, and God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last ones left. Put your faith